We got some throwback uniforms on the Packers. 1950 something Packers uniform, yellow helmet, green unis. The Packers are riding quite a wave of dominance as of late. Bakhtiari might be back. You got to be feeling great about everything, Tom.
Yeah, absolutely love the unis. They are very clean. It does feel, I don't want to say it's a trap game because I think we've talked about how like that kind of just doesn't happen. You can get beat anytime. But, next Thursday is the game that everyone's kind of got circled. It'll be that's a measuring stick game for the Packers. Washington isn't as good as we thought they were going to be going into this year, so I'm not necessarily worried, but, I'm looking at next Thursday already. It's tough.
Well, Packers Cards is next Thursday.
Yeah.
And I can't wait for that game as well because it might be much easier to put together a risk-free same-game parlay for two teams that we know a lot more about. Let's hope and pray and tease and pease that everybody will be healthy next Thursday, obviously, for that primetime matchup that will be absolutely glorious to watch. Tonight, nothing to sneeze at either, obviously, but both teams want to have a win going into that Thursday.
Right. And
nobody wants to let off the gas pedal. Everybody wants to proclaim dominance of the NFC. Right now the Cardinals are slowing down for nobody. It seems like the Packers, ever since that first game loss to the Saints, they've been feeling the exact same way. That is a meeting of colossal teams whenever it's all said and done. But this weekend wearing the new unis pretty sweet.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely love them. I can't remember the last time, and I don't know if they probably have worn these before, but maybe not. Usually they do the Acme Packers one where it's like the navy jersey, the brown helmet. Kind of looks like shit. These are very clean.
Oh, you don't like the... I don't think those other ones look like shit at all.
Yeah, I don't like those.
It feels like I'm listening to Steve Sable talk on NFL films. Not Steve Sable Jr., Steve Sable Sr. breaking down NFL films from the frozen tundra, Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Well, when I see these, that's what I feel like Vince Lombardi's on the sideline saying, what the hell's going on out here?
Smoking a cig?
Yeah, exactly.
That'd be nice.
His mic'd ups are awesome.
Oh, yeah. Legend. Absolute legend.
He would hate everything going on in the modern world that we're in right now. Welcome to the modern world, Lombardi, but he was electrifying. That's why I think Aaron has such great respect for the Green Bay Packers because of the history. Whenever he talked about that Bears-Packers rivalry, how's it been going back 100 years plus at this point? The Packers, it's different, you know? And I do believe there's potentially some change happening for an old dog like the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, absolutely. Whitney Merciless, they signed him. They're talking about Xavier Howard. We'll see. I think that for all that we've said about, the front office and them not doing anything or whatever you want to say, like they clearly are committed now to like, hey, this is our window. We got Rodgers here. We might as well go for broke. Whitney Merciless, they said he turned down more money elsewhere to come play with the Packers. So it seems like, some guys kind of do realize like, hey, this could be a place where, if they're about to load up, they're really going to go for broke this year.
Yeah, and Aaron said this, like, hey, I don't want to knock Green Bay because I love Green Bay.
Right.
He loves Green Bay. He loves the fans. He said, but whenever you're talking about other teams that are potentially racking up veterans, there's a lot more desirable destinations than potentially Green Bay, Wisconsin. He said, people are coming here to play on this team with me. This is what, and I've never been asked to even help. Now, obviously, Randall Cobb, Whitney Merciless, maybe that. And also Aaron saying that the energetically, okay, which is a huge thing for Aaron.
Yeah.
Him saying walking off the field, I will say this, I thought it was going to feel something walking off the field for the Bears, walking off the field to end the rivalry. He didn't word it as if, I might play with another team here or whatever,
right.
He worded it as, it didn't feel like the last time I was going to be playing in that rivalry game in Chicago. Energetically, which means like universe. Like he said he thought the world would tell him how he feels. So maybe that is a sign that the relationship between front office with Whitney Mercer, and we have not asked Aaron about this.
No.
On air, off air, none of that we have not asked. But just from the outside looking in, this is not something that the Packers would have normally done, right?
No, definitely not. And I think, like you mentioned, with us getting to talk to him and knowing like kind of how he thinks a little bit and where his head's at, like I don't think that was just like a throwaway bullshit line. I think if you're a Packer fan, like you have to feel much better about the chances that he is going to be around after this year than you did, 4 months ago.
And when he's making plays, you got to think to yourself, I hope this guy doesn't leave. Even the people in the Packers fans that might have turned against him because they were reading emails from Mark Murphy that were making him the bad guy in the entire situation. I think after that press conference, the way he's played, the things he's been saying, the way teammates have reacted around him, it feels like it's good news for the Green Bay Packers.
It does. And he just mentioned yesterday in a press conference with the local media that he was like, this team kind of feels like the 2010 team, where a bunch of guys keep getting injured, but we just kept finding a way to win and hit our groove late in the season. 2010 was obviously when they won the Super Bowl. So he feels pretty good about where the team's at right now. So do I. I'm very excited for this weekend.
How'd they win 5 games without him there in the offseason so far, out of 6? How'd they win 5 out of 6 with him? I thought they were going to stink because he didn't go to OTAs.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's weird.
I thought the locker room
Missing the playoffs.
The locker room wasn't going to let him back in.
No. Devontae was actually going to stand in front and be like, hey, dude, sorry. You
can't
play with us this year.
His team knows that he's not in for a long haul, so they're not going to try hard for him.
No passion, doesn't give a shit on game days.
Do you remember that shit being said?
Oh, yeah. And we knew how loud it would be. And same deal. Like, if they either have a hiccup this week or if they get the doors blown off in Arizona, it's all going to come back the following week. That's just kind of the way it works with the cycle. But you know what?
You feel good as a Packers fan.
I do. I feel
much
very
better
good.
now. That energetically or however he described, I forget what word it was. That's like everything there.
Oh, yeah.
Like if you've gotten a chance to listen to him or read any of the books from the book club, it's like the universe is telling you things and you just got to listen. You got to be able to free yourself and be present enough to listen to what the universe is trying to tell you. If I know anything about the books that were chosen. Now, have I read any of these books? Of course.
All of them.
I haven't read through every page of everything, but I think the universe telling him that this didn't feel like the last time I think that's the most important line of this entire thing. And there's a lot of people saying, well, yeah, he's saying he's potentially with another team or blah, blah, blah. It was like, no, that's a big deal to Aaron, I think.
Well, and I also think that like the can of worms is already open. Like if he really was still really pissed off with the front office, like I don't think he would pull any punches. I think he would say what's on his mind. Like obviously he doesn't want to create a big schism in the locker room or anything like that, but we've seen like he's open. He'll tell us how he's feeling. I mean, whether it's on this show or with the media after the games, like he'll come out and say what's going on.
Speaking of, we'd like to let everybody know we're friends with Tim Hasselbeck.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh. Tim Hasselbeck on Get Up. You know, good to know. Hilarious.
I wasn't sure. He's a mask guy. Hey, look, I love him, but I wasn't sure.
No, him saying that, we're a menace on Get Up, I think that was all supposed to be in jest in Friends. And then I retweeted it with the whoa, not with a burial. And then I appreciate everybody that follows this show telling them to go fuck themselves, which, by the way, I'm all about people telling people to go fuck themselves if they deserve it or whatever. But I think Tim Greeny I think that we have some
friend of the program.
Friends over there.
Yeah.
They're just talking about how if you're a Packer front office member, you have to hold your breath, I'd assume, every Tuesday that Aaron comes on here.
Yeah.
Legit.
Oh, yeah.
Because Aaron it's not just with us, by the way. That press conference, he did 35 minutes, 40 minutes the first time he came back and talked. He is a deep thinker. There's reasons he feels the way he feels. He feels justified in why he feels the way he feels. And he's okay letting you know, hey, this is why I feel the way I feel. And ultimately, normally whenever you understand why somebody is coming from a perspective that they're coming from, you're like, oh, that makes a lot more sense now whenever we hear it, as opposed to never hearing his side for a long time.